What is good, my Quick Crypto family and my Coin Factory family, back once more with another daily live stream. And unless you've been living under a rock, you'll be perfectly aware that Bitcoin earlier, right now it has corrected below it once more, but Bitcoin earlier surpassed a major milestone, reaching almost $104,000. Bitcoin surpassed 100K yesterday, earlier today even, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Honestly, probably the best case scenario for the time being. I was hoping it would do that as opposed to getting rejected here. But in saying that, Bitcoin's now come back down. We'll have to see where it goes from here. We'll talk about that as always in this stream. We got more announcements regarding Casper as well. More crypto developments as well. We can see right now Sui is up almost 12%, and there's a big reason for that. We'll get into that as well. But also, as the title suggests, 2,000% price boom following Casper smart contract. That would be a 20x in price from here. So that would put between $3 to $5, so to speak. Quick maths, if I've done that correctly. Point being is, I've just made a short form video that'll be uploaded on my channel later tonight, probably in the next 3 hours or so, basically giving a more streamlined structure of what I'm about to talk about in this stream. But ultimately, it is my belief that I think a lot of people don't understand the sheer significance that 10 block per second and smart contracts will bring to Casper and its price appreciation. Yes, for the most part, the normies, if you will, the retailers, they don't care about smart contracts 10 BPS, but they will. They will very soon, for one simple reason, because it's revolutionary and it will be bringing millions, not even joking, it will be bringing millions, if not billions of dollars in revenue every single month, making it the most dominant chain in the space. Yes, it won't be immediate, of course, but in due time, it will. I'll explain why in the stream, but as always, if you enjoy this stream, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Bingo Banger, what up? What up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. DD, hello, Bingo, and Kas family, and Quick Crypto, and Quick Crypto. What's up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Rob Jones, third, good to hear you from man, and Baz, hi to you too. As always, everyone enjoy the streams. Welcome back, and hope you're having a very good evening, good day, and good night. So, I want to get into this point here first, going straight into it regarding the potential for a 20x in Casper following smart contracts and 10 block per second. Now, if you remember, about a month back now, we had this blockchain banter space, this AMA, if you will, that was almost 3 hours long, which is quite extensive, if you ask me. But in this extensive conversation, if you will, we heard the main developer of Casper smart contracts, being Crypto Aspect. He was talking about smart contracts, ZK opcodes, kind of where we're going to go from here. And he announced that the Casper bot has committed over $1 million with the potential to add even more in the future to the project, to the development, working on smart contracts on Casper, which is a very big deal. Now, following that announcement, we saw this post from Nacho and of course elsewhere as well that stated that the upcoming smart contract protocol is going to be called Project Sparkle. This is already in development. The ETA estimated time to be coming out around 6 to 8 months. From now, that'll be 5 to 7 months. But either way, it will be coming in summer of 2025. That's the current estimated time for smart contracts to be coming out. The good news about Project Sparkle is it'll also be providing a way for the memes and other KRC20 projects to migrate to smart contracts. So all of them will become smart contracts, making them, well, just that much better than they are already. There are multiple other key facts to take into account that also, again, will correlate to this regarding, the fact that Project Sparkle's design must withstand the pressure of high parallelized systems. So 10 BPS, over 300 TPS at 10 BPS sort of numbers, has to be able to handle that sort of stuff. There's a lot to take into account. But this announcement we spoke about a couple days ago now is one key step towards the inevitability, the massive development happening with smart contracts. If you didn't know, atomic swaps are a key feature towards smart contracts. They are a necessity, if you will, before smart contracts to go live with Casper. They're coming live in 5 days' time, December 10th. This feature enables direct wallet-to-wallet token exchange with no middlemen, no intermediaries, paving the way for DEX to operate with KRC20. So, by that logic, with no intermediaries, no middlemen, it makes it, more streamlined, so more efficient. It makes it more secure and safer because you haven't got to go through some middlemen to do it. It's just you with the wallet. So it's a lot easier in that regard. And same thing, Oyster and Lisa, no middleman, all very good. And this is also something very similar to what Jonas Toplinsky mentioned in this research paper he put out again about a month ago, talking about L1, L2 designs, atomic compatibility, and other discussions. In this, he basically talks about async compatibility and the shortcomings of it, which is the fact that because of how they're designed, there'll be latency issues because they'll be running off a base layer. Therefore, there could be, delays in the transactions, but also due to that fact that there being a middleman, if one fails, the rollback would fail as well. So therefore, if one fails, potentially all of the smart contract transactions would fail as well. So therefore, the alternative for Casper, the necessity, is atomic compatibility. Therefore, atomic swaps, which is now going to be coming in just 5 days' time, a crucial factor. And the reason why it's big is because of the middlemen. So it's more streamlined, more efficient, safer, and it also improves user interaction with experience because, again, you're not going to deal with all the spaff, if you will, with all the complications. The big news, again, is with smart contracts, you will also see the KII launch a lot of their projects. Here, I am in by, again, apologies, this is a member of the KII, puts out saying, I must tell you, we are working on most of those projects from 2015, maybe even longer. So some of these projects are almost a decade old. They've been working on it for a very, very long time, the KII, but the final piece they need is Casper and ZK Opco's implemented smart contracts with Casper. That's the final piece they need. So therefore, Casper has asked, so once we have ZK Opcos, will these projects be ready to go? And the KII simply responds with yes. So a lot of these projects here you see on screen will be able to launch almost immediately, if not straight away, actually immediately, with smart contracts coming out in 5 to 7 months' time. The KII, combined with the DII, they are an invite-only group, if you will. They have members like Shell, massive, oil energy company. They have DHL, massive in terms of transactions. They have Hyundai, a car manufacturer. They have major partnerships, multiple of them, and they'll be bringing in millions, if not billions, if not even trillions, when they're utilizing the projects, utilizing Casper underneath it as a volatile, vital asset, if you will. But also, as confirmed from Chris Kang, I've shown this multiple times in previous streams, with 10 BPS, that allowed Casper to compete with other L2 sequences like Ethereum, who had to diversify or had to switch from being a decentralized L1 proof of work to being L2, sacrificing the decentralization to be scalable, to handle stuff at scale. Casper with 10 BPS with Crescendo will be able to compete with that, while also being superior as a result because it's decentralized still and therefore more secure. And a lot of these other solutions like Ethereum won't want to change and give up their centralized nature because they're already generating income ranging from hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars a month. But Casper will be able to steal that sort of income from these other chains. So that will mean developers will realize the benefits of utilizing Casper's DEX for building on top of it, with this being smart contracts, they're being fast, efficient as well. So developers will realize that, institutions will realize the benefits of being on Casper as opposed to Ethereum and Solana and all the other stuff as well. And of course, we the retail in due time will realize that because we'll see more developments happening on the platform, we'll see more revenue flowing into the platform, and as a result, that'll bring retail more incentive to want to start jumping on board as well. And of course, that'll also be a big deal for the tier ones. They see a lot of volume coming to Casper as the KF confirm more volume is a key indicator for Casper to start increasing in value or have a higher possibility of getting listings. Right now, Casper volume has been staying quite high, which is good to see, staying around 252 million on the 24-hour right now, which is good to see. Right now, we can see a lot of it is being taken up by the likes of Gate. In fact, we've got a very weird, not issue, but a weird, ultimately put, we have this wallet here, the wallet addresses here. We've seen a massive surge, again, of another 4K in the past 24 hours or so. But this top 10 addresses was around 14.6 or so last stream yesterday. It's jumped up to almost 16% because the likes of Gate have added 413 million Casper to their top wallet. $66.8 million of the Casper they just added to their wallet, which is, shocking. More importantly as well, which is also something very weird, why is the top wallet, which is KuCoin by the way, why they added just one Casper? Evidently there's something very askew, everything very weird going on right now. We're seeing for the most part multiple exchanges daily losing more and more Casper, which leads us to believe that either more retail is jumping on board or an unknown wallet exchange is building up their accumulation of Casper in secret, which is very, very possible. We know the connection with Casper and OKX and Coinbase and Binance and others already. But we've got Gate here who's added a hell of a lot more, which is, again, quite weird. We do have a post here. This one here from the Casper Guru, which says, our friend is loading up again tonight. Currently the 15th largest Casper address. They'll be adding more and more consistently. It's constantly receiving 500,000 Casper from Mexi's wallet. So this wallet here, number 15, is getting more and more, or on one of these two at least, is getting more and more from Mexi repeatedly. So, we are seeing Mexi losing more and more. Evidently, they are sometimes. We have seen a lot of the times Mexi's been losing or selling off Casper and be going into their alternative wallet here at number 6. But now we're seeing it being, drained from both of them now. So there's a growing possibility we're seeing another tier 1 gearing up to this Casper. But either way, the whole, skewer weird part here was the fact that Mexi, or not even Mexi, or Gate just added a stupid amount into the last 24 hours, which is again is why the diversification, if you will, has flipped on its head a little bit and it's gone back up again. But either way, still more decentralized than Bitcoin. Bitcoin I think is around 21 to 23% or something like that. But either way, we've seen it just go up. So the adoption for Casper is still very, very high. The hash rate is still staying very stagnant, but still quite high at 1.33, which is good to see once more. And I think we'll see it continue going in this fashion with all the major announcements incoming to Casper very, very soon. Again, the smart contracts, that's much as it's not going to happen until summer, the atomic swaps is going to be happening very, very soon. In just 5 days' time. And that will be the stepping stone towards the next step towards smart contracts. A very, very crucial factor to help the integration and the development and just the building of Casper as a whole. Remember as well, we've got a lot coming for Casper. Again, you can see with smart contracts coming into Casper, millions, if not more than that, easily, in my belief, easily more than millions, flooding onto the chain to bring more adoption, more retail, more developers, more institutions to Casper, bringing in its value and use case much higher. That is just stats, it's fact, that's what happens. But also, think what's left to come for Casper still. PSKT, 10 block per second, Sparkle smart contracts, ZK, so zero knowledge EVM, Dagnite, tier 1 listings, DKII, and of course the elusive grayscale Casper ETF consideration. That's what, 10? No, it's not 10. That's 8 significant catalysts that could really, really cause Casper to go parabolic in price. Some of these, arguably, will take a while to happen. Some of these won't happen probably this cycle. But a lot of these will. This will happen this cycle. That'll happen this cycle. Dagnite won't. Tier 1s will happen this cycle. I don't know so much about zero knowledge of EVMs or PSKT, but I know that at least half of these happen in the cycle. KI have confirmed they're happening this cycle. Again, summertime, but it's still going to be during the cycle. And then you have the grayscale, which I would like to believe, with what's coming to Casper, the fact you've got Marathon involved with Casper, so that means Wall Street already know of Casper. You've got Zodia now part of the Casper, so it means now 21 shares knows of Casper. I'd like to believe there's a strong possibility with a reformed SEC as well. You'll see Grayscale launch Casper ETF probably later on, but still you get them at some point in the cycle. That's me personally at least. That's what I'd like to believe. And we'll see even more developments happening with Casper with 10 BPS as well. I'll get to in a moment the big announcement regarding 10 BPS. Anthony says, who does the revenue go to that Casper generates if nobody directly owns it and it's open source and fair launch? The revenue will, I'm assuming it'll be go to the developers who are on the chain. Developers will be building onto a Casper and that'll bring more revenue flowing through the Casper chain. It's not going directly to Casper, it's still open source and fair launch. So it'll be going to the developers who are building on top, the other DEXs, other developers, other software who's building on top of the Casper platform. But that sort of volume will bring more adoption to the platform, the block DAG itself, which will therefore allow because most likely, most, if not all projects will be utilizing assets like Casper or Casper owned assets as a gas fee. That's the logical assumption I'm making here, that the Casper platform, you're using Casper as a gas fee to make these transactions. Therefore, if you're seeing extremely high volume, the gas fee going more and more, that means the Casper is going up higher and higher, therefore meaning it will increase its adoption because it's necessity, because it's got higher demand. Again, simple supply of demand. The higher the demand, the higher the price goes right now. Are you from Stoke? No, I am from London. Sparkle is a weird name, but we got the time frame. Hopefully people will stop saying Sparkle in Q1. I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the belief of smart contract in Q1 is, I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the belief of smart contract in Q1 is, I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the belief of smart contract in Q1 is, I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the belief of smart contract in Q1 is, I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the belief of smart contract in Q1 is, I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the belief of smart contract in Q1 is, I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the belief of smart contract in Q1 is, I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the belief of smart contract in Q1 is, I mean, yeah, Project Sparkle is a very weird name, but yeah, the beli is incorrect to my knowledge. Again, that has been also debunked by the KEF in the AMA they did a month back when they're talking about the significance of having high volume on the major exchanges, being Kraken, BitGet, and Bybit in their words. Again, Kraken's still very, stagnant, if you will, staying between 2 to 3 million right now, which again is a result because you haven't got any stable coins, it's just USD. But BitGet and Bybit have been staying quite high right now, which is good to see. Again, the percentile volume is not as hard as I want it to be, but either way, if it stays high, that could be another key catalyst to see these tier ones like Binance and OKX and then what to list Casper. Again, Gate's still dominating right now, which I am conflicted by, because I don't know. I'd imagine there probably is some element of manipulation going on Gate's exchange as well. I know Mexi's the key culprit, and they were neck and neck with Gate about a week ago, and now they're significantly less in terms of the percentile volume they control of Casper. But either way, they're still high up there, and either way, there's still massive sell walls between 17 and 18 cents, so that's why Casper has, for the most part, still struggled to break above that zone. We do see Casper, make a rally of sorts towards another, peak, getting rejected again at 17 cents, and it's come back down. There's a belief, therefore, we're going to see a double top here. So we can see Casper coming around more, but again, as TA puts it, there's also a very strong level of resistance around this zone here. So if Casper rebounds off this, we'll see it go up again. Again, it's tough to say. Ultimately, right now, it's a battle between whether we break out here first or break down here first. And depending on the announcement with Bitcoin, it could probably go down, but it could easily go either way. We'll have to get to that again in just a moment. Israel says a major earthquake just hit the west coast, 7 point something magnitude. They're expecting a tsunami now. That is mental. That is, I have to say, for me, I count myself quite lucky being in the United Kingdom. We get I've never experienced an earthquake myself. At least I don't think so. I think there has been one here before, but it was like maybe max, like 4 or 5 max, but it wasn't anything that caused any. I felt maybe the ground move a little bit, like a tiny bit. It was minimal. I have very, very rarely experienced anything in terms of tsunamis or hurricanes or any of that stuff. I know America has a lot of them quite frequently due to the tectonic plates and stuff like that. I do know a bit of geography. I know that much, but yeah, I mean, anyone who's in the West Coast right now, my thoughts and prayers go out to you, and hopefully you're all okay and can protect yourself while you can. Sup QSC, back to the stream, my man. Welcome back. Dimitar, best educated channel on Casper. I appreciate it. I mean, thank you very much, and once more, thank you all for being here, learning more and more, much as I do my own job here in educating people while I can. You're here turning up trying to learn more about Casper. So again, it's a shout out to all of you here who are putting your own foot down and putting your grind in to learn more about the big news coming to Casper. Again, smart contracts, ZK opcodes, atomic swaps is part of the game-changing stuff that could cause Casper to rise in price significantly, because again, I just showcased, we'll see KRI launch projects very, very quickly with smart contracts coming out. Again, that's happening later on, but you also see millions coming in when other institutions, other developers realize the significance of Casper, and make no mistake, they do know of Casper. They may not show it, but they do. That for me is quite evident. I think we've seen a lot of announcements and developments almost behind the scenes showcasing that there's a lot of belief in Casper, growing belief in Casper. Once the developers are already out in the open, I think you'll see quite a quick flip. That might happen again a little bit later. It depends on the market top, right? We'll get also that into the market top as well, because there are signs suggesting we could see a market top in March time. But again, we've got to address what could also be the alternative stuff happening in the cycle. And ultimately, if Casper's going to be too late to it or not, I don't think it will be. I think the price appreciation of the top for Casper may be a little bit lackluster due to the fact that it may be a little too late for it, but it won't miss the bull cycle in my belief, again. But that's my own personal belief, not financial advice. Do your own research, or better still, come chill, chat and learn more on my free Discord server. Again, the link is on my YouTube home screen, in the description, and also in the chat right now. But anyways, that being said, next is the 10 BPS major announcement. Now, we should know this post from before Casper was actually launched, which was November of 2021. In March of 16th, 2021, so about a few months before that, Son Polinsky, our founder of Casper, stated, I'm going to do 100 BPS with proof of work, so with Casper, who's coming? Now, I'm all here for it. Love it. Love to hear it. Remember, though, his mentor, Viv Zohar, he stated here, I don't think you'll need much faster rates than 10 BPS. So while some people want to do 100, which I think he will do, and I think it's great, and it is, definitely going to help in some format aspects like better confirmation time, stuff like that, it's not a necessity. So to an extent, 10 BPS will be an inkling to the end game of Casper, or one element of it. So 10 BPS is a very, very big deal. We don't need 100, but we'll see it very, very soon, I'm sure. Remember as well, Aviv Zohar and Tom Polinsky have been quoted by the creator of smart contract, Nick Szabo, as, and I quote, experts in Bitcoin security, a skill set in scarce supply. So Tom Polinsky and Aviv Zohar, who are now trying to build smart contracts, are already being quoted as experts in Bitcoin security, and they're trying to build Casper in adherence to Tom Polinsky, into Satoshi Nakamoto's vision of Bitcoin, what's meant to be a medium of exchange of peer-to-peer electronic currency. That's why I believe in Casper once more, because what it's going to be in the future is what Bitcoin was meant to be originally. Bitcoin 2.0. Again, that might be me getting ahead of myself with the Casper Maxi, but that's what I like to believe. Now, in regards to 10 BPS, we should already know how successful this was. Somebody wants to do 100, and many believe that 100 is kind of unnecessary. It's impossible. A lot of people said that 10 BPS is impossible as well. And here we have the developers of Casper who have now achieved, or borderline have achieved, they've done 10 BPS hard fork on the testnet 11. And it was a resounding massive success, huge success. Better still, Michael Sutton stated here that the exact set of consensus rules and consensus constants might be the one applied to the mainnet not too far in the future. So therefore, you could draw the conclusion that potentially you will see the fast track and acceleration of 10 BPS on the mainnet, because they haven't got to do too many developments, because it already seems to be borderline perfect what they tried to do already. So potentially, instead of it being the end of Q1, you see maybe in the middle or the early Q1. Again, that will be a discussion for later date. Time will tell. But ultimately, looking very, very good. More importantly as well, this 10 BPS can run an decade-old hardware. In the society we're in right now, everything requires the best of the best technology. Hell, my PC is like 6 years old and it's struggling. I have to upgrade mine very soon. Like, everything requires the best technology to be able to get the most out of it. And as much as you probably need that with Casper as well, it runs on old hardware. It functions on old hardware, decade-old hardware at that. So and a decade in the hardware market it's ancient. Anything above like 6-7 years is ancient in hardware. You need to upgrade it quite frequently. I'm sure anyone who's a PC nerd, if you will, probably knows that much. You need to upgrade it quite consistently. This is a very, very big deal for Casper once more, showing that it's very inclusive, and also it's going to have a very broad market. Those who haven't got the income to be buying the next $1,000 GPU or CPU or power supply, whatever it may be, the motherboard, other key parts of a computer you need to build, or just buy a brand new, high performance laptop, whatever it may be, you haven't got the income for that. You can still utilize your old software, your old hardware, to still mine and still get involved with 10 BPS on Casper. So once more, a very, very big deal. Mission accomplished, very, very good to see, and this could potentially fast track. And we can see here a small inkling of the sort of speed we're seeing on the testnet 11 with the hard fork of 10 BPS. This will be coming on the mainnet in the near future, not far now, and for me it makes me very, very bullish. Of course, again, the question which I shared in my previous stream once more about, right now there's a belief in the community, which is an understandable belief that we are too slow, right? You've been asked here by Toby Doggy Ethereum, hire a software developer for your team. You've been developing for 2 years. Even the Rust software took 8 months. Now, to paraphrase, and I mean massively, he didn't say this word for word, but to massively paraphrase what Michael said here, Casper has the best and brightest minds in the world trying to work on this brand new, innovative, never seen before technology. Effectively nobody could do this faster than we're doing it right now. And we're doing it in the space we want to do it, in the pace we want to do it, because we want to make sure it is perfect. We're going slow, which is really fast. They're trying to make stuff faster, better, but they're taking the time doing it because it's necessary so they can make sure there's no issues. Imagine if they fluffed this. If they released it preemptively or not completed enough, and it comes out and it's a massive failure, it completely capitulates. The reputation, while it could be amended, and I'm sure they fix it, it would still tarnish it. Think about what happened when the first KRC20 launch came out. As much as that was not actually that bad and still massively successful in comparison to like Litecoin, it was a problem, and people were actually funding Casper a lot around then. And it relaunched it, and it was, again, a huge success. Of course, there was congestion, but there was no crashes or anything. It was a huge success. So Casper need to make sure they do it really, really well. That's why they're taking their time. That's why they're taking 6 months to make sure that Rust is done properly. 10 BPS hard fork is done properly. And again, they've got a team that's growing a little bit, but they have to make sure that they really understand what they're talking about. Because again, there's no one they can really hire, outsource to get this sort of stuff involved. The people who are working on Rust and 10 BPS and Dagna and all this stuff, they're the ones who know this stuff best. And yes, you could teach other people, but teaching them is going to take even longer to do. Michael Sutton says he's going to be releasing a post, if you will, very, very soon on the design of based ZK rollups. So that is, smart contract rollups, ZK rollups, Ethereum rollups over Casper UTXO based DAG consensus. I'll be sure to read through that, and if I do understand enough about it, then I will be able to give a little bit of a TLDR about it to all of us. And once more, I'll be putting a TLDR in my free Discord server, so go check it out there if you want to read it, as opposed to listen to my beautiful voice. You've got, again, people after have no idea what ZK rollups are. Michael's got a post here about what they are. I'll again put this information in my Discord server. Go check it out there to read up for yourself, because it's very insightful and also a big understanding of what's coming to Casper in the near future. Why, once more, it will be game changing. It will be very, very game changing. Now, already covered this post. I want to get into the reason why Casper may be coming late, but I still think it's going to have a very, very big boom. Now, of course, as I mentioned, Bitcoin did surpass $100,000, which is very, very huge news. I mean, that is thanks to Trump, let's be real. Trump has been the key catalyst for that. I like to believe him winning the election. I mean, election, regardless who won, I think would have caused Bitcoin to rise in price. If Kamala Harris won, I think you see a correction followed by then a pump, but Trump, of course, being the pro-crypto candidate, saw a pump immediately, 30K in value, 68K to 98K in the span of like 2 or 3 weeks, came down a little bit, corrected, and now we saw it pump above that. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at around 98K, coming down a little bit. So I had this pump on the daily, came back down. Either way, I think crypto is going to do very, very well. I am speculating that this may be the start of a corrective cycle of Bitcoin, and we'll get into why in just a moment. But we can see here, we've got other mainstream Wall Street KOLs, institutions, key leaders, if you will, like ARK Invest 21 share CEO Kathy Wood says even after breaking through 100K, Bitcoin still is in early innings, and to an extent I believe in that. I think we're going much higher with Bitcoin in the future. 870 billion asset manager Standard Chartered Bank says Bitcoin will double to 200K in 2025. Now, I'm skeptical on that, but once more, I do believe Bitcoin will go much, much higher. This is part of the reason why, because Trump has now officially confirmed that Paul Atkins, the ex-SEC commissioner, will be replacing Gary Gensler as the SEC chairman, and he is seemingly very, very pro-crypto. The Atkins, Pierce, and Yader at the SEC will not only bring common sense back to the agency, but true investor protection as well, because they are very pro-crypto and they do want to force out regulations. Well, not force out, but enforce regulations into America, and therefore allowing it to start, pushing the price up much, much higher. Now, I'll get into this point here before and then go into the point about the markets. Conveniently, Gary Gensler does not want to go down kicking and screaming. Instead of standing down and porting crypto legislation with new leadership just a few weeks away now, Gary Gensler SEC has filed an 81-page brief in the Binance case yesterday, recycling the same failed arguments, including the absurd and unsupported claim that crypto has no inherent value. What are you talking about? That to me is ridiculous. It's mind-blowing. It's wrong. Crypto has a lot of value. That has been proven already. Crypto is being utilized as payments in other sectors in the world already. Institutions want to get access to it. But they are now coming after Binance once again, using the same failed arguments and saying it has no value. When you get Paul Atkins replacing, reforming the SEC, we will see crypto soar so much higher, because you see regulations and legislations enforced into America, which will give the green light for all the Wall Street backed big institutions to actively file their ETFs, fast track that, and get more money, trillions of dollars flooding into crypto overnight. We saw in November $1 trillion flood into Bitcoin, into crypto market. Why can we see the same with regulations coming? I'm not sure how soon it will come. I don't necessarily think Trump will launch it on day 1, 20th of January when he gets into office, but I imagine it'll be quite soon afterwards. I'm sure they've got bills already drawn up. Now, in regards to the crypto market right now, we can see here, looking at the CBBI, which is utilizes 9 key metrics to help devise the potential top for Bitcoin in the cycle. It's at 8-1 right now, so it's not overheated, but it's getting overheated, and I think we are due for a cool off. Again, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin went through a massive rally on November 5th when Trump was, heavily rumored and therefore got into office. Went a heavy rally, 50% up, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot, but for Bitcoin that is massive. 50% rise, then correcting down, and then went up again to almost $104,000. I think we are due to see a cool-off period for Bitcoin personally, because we have seen nothing but bullishness for over a month, or about a month now actually. It's been exactly a month. So I think we are now going to see a cool-off period. Now we've seen Bitcoin surpass to the 100K. I believe it won't be as severe. If he didn't surpass 100K and we got rejected here, I think we're going to see Bitcoin come down to around this region here. With us surpassing that, again, it could still happen, but I'm hoping to see Bitcoin probably going down to this region here instead, because it did surpass that zone. But again, time will tell. It depends on the news coming out tomorrow regarding job data from the Fed, and also the FOMC meeting rate cuts decision happening in 2 weeks' time. That will determine the price of Bitcoin as well, and other assets like Casper. But we look at this data here, 8-1, not too bad, getting up there, but it's still doing all right. Obviously, Bitcoin has surpassed 100K, so it's a big milestone. I mean, we did see a lot of people selling at 100K, which is to be expected. So this course says we still got higher highs incoming. This data here tells we still got higher highs incoming. 81, it should be, when you see the market properly correct, you see it when it's up high 90s, if not 100 in CBBI. That's when you start seeing the market being overheated, too much attention, it'll come back down. This is proven here in the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator as well. Whenever these lines cross the 111-day moving average and the 350-day moving average, you see them cross, and that signals the top and it comes back down. We have not seen a cross yet. So again, make no mistake, Bitcoin will be going higher. Will it go as high as 200K? Don't know. Can't say for sure. Because again, I think Bitcoin will go higher, but I'm not an institution. I haven't got trillions and trillions of capital underneath my management, so I can't, inject liquidity into crypto and send it much higher. I don't know how much they're going to inject into crypto. That's one major thing to look out for. So while, yes, the top, they're seeing it get overheated, but it's not too much just yet. Still got higher highs incoming. This, for me, is an indicator that we may start seeing a cool-off period. Because look at this. This is the funding heat map on CoinGlass right now. We saw it get a little bit orange here, which means it's getting a little bit overheated. And then right now, it's extremely orange. A lot of assets are very, very overheated. This, to me, is very, very similar to late December, early January, where you saw it get very overheated, and then you saw a cool-off period. So we go back to the market, look at Bitcoin, go back to January, December, we're going to around here. So we saw, the December right here, getting very overheated. So we saw it go from, so we saw it go from here, rallying from its 25K, going up, so it got to here around 43K, January, December, and then it cooled off, came back down to 40K, then ETFs got launched, and then we saw it got much, much higher. So ETFs with the part, again, that's also a thing to keep in mind. ETFs, this whole part here, this where it's meant to not be that too much overheated. This was all ETF. BlackRock got involved here. So that was also, if BlackRock weren't here, I don't think we would have seen Bitcoin go up at all. We've probably seen it come back down, but we've got institutional adoption causing Bitcoin and their cryptos to go much, much higher. And of course, March, when Bitcoin made an all-time high at 74K, it was extremely overheated. So I suspect we'll see a cool-off period of sorts. Not as heavy, but now you've got ETFs here. I think you'll see a cool-off period of sorts coming. You'll see it probably cool off, I'd like to believe, coming through this month, maybe into a bit of January, and then Trump gets into office, and then you'll probably see, again, flip of the switch, and price go up much, much higher, with him now being in office. We've probably seen regulations coming through very, very soon, institutions adding more and more into crypto. Ethereum, BlackRock's been buying in the same amount of Ethereum recently, off the market. Just like they did, that's, again, the funding heat map does not showcase that ETFs were here because it's bought off market. So again, there was it's not heated up because it's bought off market from BlackRock. Even though Bitcoin went high from 40K to 74K in this period, they're doing the same thing with Ethereum right now. They won't affect the price of Ethereum immediately, but it will soon. Ethereum is going to start collecting. Right now, it is already going up. It's at 3.8K. And again, if Ethereum surpasses all-time high at 4.1K, that will cause new all-time highs. Or it'll cause altcoin season even. Of course, it's called all-time highs. They're called altcoin season. You'll see alt stop running. You'll see Casper start running. So again, BlackRock's now started to buy Ethereum ETFs. And again, XRP, Solana, other assets like Sui and Tau, and even Casper under consideration, they all have ETFs in motion. Casper is probably the least one out of the lot because again it's too early, but either way they have ETFs in motion. That means more institutions, more Wall Street, more BlackRock getting involved and buying these assets. So whereas the market, I think the market is due for a correction cycle right now personally. I think we're going to see a lot more higher highs incoming. That for me is quite evident based on the information I have here. But, and that's a key thing to take into account, people who claim to know what the top is, either they are misinformed themselves or they're lying to you. I have not at one point claimed that I know the top's going to be. I said there's a good chance, sources suggest that we can see a cycle top around March Q1, if not early Q2 of 2025. There's a good chance of that based on historical data. But once more, data is not the be-all and end-all. It's a good indicator, but again, we're in a new cycle, new thing to take into account. For example, the last cycle, we saw, a top in March at 90. We saw a double top and the confidence already went to 80. We saw it go up higher again. We saw a top and a double top. So we could see that again potentially, but also we didn't have institutional adoption last cycle. So it means that we could definitely see institutions send Bitcoin and crypto much higher than we anticipate, which makes it even harder for us then to predict when to take profits. Now, obviously, taking profits based on the stuff we do know is a smart thing to do, but you also got to take into account the other factors as well. So, where the top's going to be is tough to say. I'm currently playing my cards for early 2025. I'll probably take some profit around them, but I'll keep a lot of it still in there, or some of it still in there at least, in the anticipation it will go much higher, or see a correction followed by a double top. Again, time will tell. We'll see what Trump does when he gets into office. But will Casper be late to the cycle then? Because Casper, most of its major developments, 10 BPS, comes in Q1 2025. Smart contracts come in summer 2025. So that's going to be, arguably too late. Even though, again, people saying it's, too slow. I like they're taking a good time with it, but will it be too late? Now, for me, the answer is no. Because I do think the cycle might go a little bit long. I think there's a decent chance the cycle will go longer than we anticipate, but again, playing it safe, I'm going to play for the first quarter. So playing it safe means, to an extent, yes, capital will be too late. If I'm playing it safe, it'll be first quarter, but at the same time, we have seen in history, during a bear cycle where nothing's moving, Casper pumping in value. The only asset, to my knowledge, that was pumping in the market when the market was correcting heavily, or just doing nothing, being stagnant. Casper was increasing in value, up 85,000% since its launch. Yes, it's done nothing for a year, and that's frustrating, but in the scam, in its lifetime of 3 years, so we're now seeing its first bull cycle, it has done a lot. And a lot of that happened in the bear cycle. So where Casper done nothing for a year, we could see a lot of price appreciation very, very soon. Keep in mind as well, Cardano Adder, it went from to my knowledge, a $3 billion market cap to 11 billion in the span of like 2 or 3 months in the last cycle. Yeah, so we saw it from here. So the last cycle we saw it from, November here, around a 3 billion market cap, November 10th, to February here, go to 11 billion. So in 2 to 3 months, we saw it jump from 4x almost in market cap. I'm not comparing Cardano to Casper, because I think Casper's better, but I'm stating and proving to you how quickly the market, the price of a project can change in such a short span of time. Casper's done nothing for a very, very long time. But at the same time, then think about XRP. XRP, because of a lawsuit, did nothing for 4+ years. It did nothing for ages, staying around 50 cents for a very, very long time. The lawsuit basically come to an end. It's exploded almost 6x in value in a month. It's only been a year for Casper, and there are different parameters to take into account because, again, you've got institutional backing with XRP, it's been around for a lot longer, all the other factors. But ultimately, Casper's been suppressed, or it's not moved, it's been stagnant for a year. Point being is when, not if, in my belief, again, not financial, but when Casper breaks out, it will be extremely explosive because it's been moving at nothing for a year. So when it breaks out, it will have to be a volatile one to kind of, I guess, make up for the lack of price action for the last year. That's what I imagine investors are going to want. That's what I believe, at least. Again, it's not financial advice, my personal belief, but I think Casper is due for a breakout, potentially this month. Potentially we'll see something in the next 5 days with atomic swaps, but again, retail don't really care about that, so I'm a bit, I'm a bit more skeptical about the belief it'll be a price appreciation in 5 days with this a massive announcement. We could see something, but maybe not enough to push it above that strong level of sell walls at 17-18 cents. Again, tomorrow the Fed drop data could also be a key catalyst for crypto and Bitcoin as well, and Casper as well. I take that into account. Again, a lot to come for Casper. But ultimately, I'm just trying to get to the point around that we don't know where the top's going to be for Casper. We don't. Or for crypto in general. We have speculation. We can look at historical data. It can help devise our trading strategies, but we can't call it because we aren't the ones running the market. Wall Street, BlackRock, they run the market. We could just follow them and do as we can to try and follow the big fish. Big fish following on whales, all we can do, as best we can do. So I think we are probably due to see a correction with Bitcoin soon. I'm not saying it's going to happen right now. You can see one right now, but I think it'll happen quite soon. A cool-off period of sorts before we start seeing it again push up higher. maybe rallying before the end of the year again. We'll have to wait and see. I think we've got a lot higher highs for Bitcoin and crypto, most definitely. I think Casper, despite the fact that it's going to probably be late, a lot of big developments happening later in 2025, middle to the end of 2025, Casper can do what it can do in a bear cycle, proving itself. And by that point, I'd imagine we definitely have tier 1 listings. Binance at the very, very least. I'd imagine you see OKX as well, probably Upbit, probably Gemini, Crypto.com. I'd imagine you'd like to see USDT on Kraken as well, or USDC, a stablecoin listing. I'd hope Coinbase would get involved, although historically they are very, very late to listing projects, so again, it's tough to say. But with smart contracts coming out, a key step towards that in 5 days' time, in 2025, and happening in 5 days' time as well, with 10 BPS coming in soon enough as well, again, a key step towards the end game of Casper. I think institutions and developers are going to realize that, bringing more volume to the chain, bringing more use case to Casper, therefore increasing its demand and therefore increasing its price, and retail will come and follow with it. Belief, again, not financial advice, of course, is what I believe. The research that I've done, conducted quite extensive research at that. But I think for me, it's the passions are there, and this is why, despite the fact that Casper's not doing anything right now and not done anything for a year, I remain bullish on Casper. I still think it can reach at least $2 a cycle, which would put it, again, around 2,000% price boom. Or 2,000%, I guess, from this point right now, at around 15 cents or 16 cents. I rounded it down to 10 cents, but if you round it up to 20 cents even, that'll put it at a $4 Casper from here, which I still think $4 Casper is still quite achievable. Some are saying, again, if you look at the post here, some still believe you can see a $5 to $10 this cycle, like Christian Ludwig. I would love it to happen. I'm skeptical about it because, again, I don't want to be too moon boy. I'm not calling him a moon boy. I'm not. I don't think it's too. It's not 10 to 20 that some people say 10 to 20. I don't believe 10 to 20 is actually possible. If it happens, fantastic, but I think it's a bit much. But I do think that. But he's also saying based on the fact that we can see Bitcoin do a 2 to 3x, he thinks Bitcoin can reach 200 to 300k. That could happen. But again, I'm not hell bent on that. I think we'll see probably. I want to say comfortable. Again, I'm trying to be conservative because I don't want to moon boy and risk everything. For me, Bitcoin, my bullish scenario is 180k, likely it's 150k, bearish is 120k. I think we'll see Bitcoin go much, much higher. I'm hoping 180k at the minimum, but again, we'll have to wait and see. But I'll be taking my profits around it and devising strategies for that during the cycle, and talk about it with my community in my Discord server once more about it when the time comes. But either way, I think we've got a lot higher for Casper, and either way, we're seeing big stuff come for Casper as well. Listings again seemingly building up. We've got some Chaos 20 announcements as well, which I think is good. We got here from Casper Enthusiasts that apparently Dynamite Blockchain is going to acquire Casper Money Limited, so formerly Crypto Blocks Technology Incorporated, and that's the acquisition of Casper Money Limited, including 25 Bitmain KS5 Pro miners and scalable infrastructure for over 100 units. This acquisition aligns perfectly with our vision of leading the next stage of blockchain evolution through Casper. It's not just about mining, but driving innovation in the entire ecosystem. Ultimately, it's going to bring a lot higher hash rate coming to Casper in the near future. It would be a very big deal for Casper and its price. As a proof of work, the hash rate is a key indicator for the price of where it should go in the future. The higher the hash rate, the harder it is for miners to be able to mine the blocks. So the price has to appreciate as a result of that. That's what the power law basically talks about as well. But that's not all, of course. KRC20, I think, is going to be a big factor. Again, smart contracts will be game changing for KRC20. Casper Ghost is now going to be on Zelcore exchange, which is very, very good to see. Kango, they're trying to get on a tier 1 listing, asking for fundraising right now, which is, their fair launch. They have to, I know the Kango dev's been very, very good at using his own money to get listings. Now he's asking for some donations to get on a tier 1, which will help everyone out. So again, if you're interested, that's the post there. I'll put it in my Discord server once more. I know Kango just get on WeX, which is, again, more listings. Great to see. Kango's got a lot of adoption right now. I think for me, Kango and Nacho are the two tokens most likely to hit $100 billion market cap in this cycle. Everything else, I think, had a good chance to do well. But it depends on the market top, if you will, where the cycle will go. Again, you can look at Kango right here. All the excessive listings it has many, many listings. I think it's got the most listings out of any project in the space right now for KRC20. The only benefit Nacho has, it has a Pinex US, which Kango does not have. But I think both Nacho and Kango are the only two that I've seen. I think Gold as well, actually, those three are actively trying to get on tier 1s right now. I know that the top two are definitely doing so. I think Gold mentioned that a while back. They aim to get on Binance at some point, but again, that will be a conversation in the near future, I'm sure. Either way, project is doing quite well. Nacho's up, Kango's up, Casper is doing better. Kiro, we know about Kiro. I'm not even going to get into it. Casper Ghost, doing well. Gold, again, it's down right now, but I think Gold's going to come back in due time. It's also got the same longevity and life cycle as Nacho, so I'm bullish on Gold despite its not fair launch. Conan, again, bullish on that. Bert, bullish on that. KDAO, for what it's going to be, I think I'm bullish on KREX. All these projects, by the way, I've not invested in any of them just yet. I plan to, but I'm not in them just yet. I need some extra dry powder, which I'm going to be hopefully getting very soon. I'll be saying that a lot, but I mean, again, it's my own decision. I haven't got into it, and it's my fault if I miss out. It's an idiot decision, probably. I disagree with that, but either way, I don't hold any of these, but I will be getting to them very soon. But the ones I mentioned, the ones I'll probably get into. And in regards to other developments, developments real quickly, people are probably asking, obviously, Gallagher being a clown, but new SEC coming very, very soon that will make sure this stuff's not happening anymore. In regards to other projects doing very, very well, why Sui is now pumping up 13%, and I think went higher today. So I got into Sui at $1.8, thanks to people shilling it. But I thought, you know what, I've heard other people that I know, I've got other people who I trust in this space who are very, very well knowledgeable, who were talking about Sui because it's the first cycle for it as well. It's got VC backing. Yes, it's not safe. VC backing could be dangerous, but again, I put a small bag in it just to hedge my bets, and I do think Sui would be a decent gain in the cycle, maybe $10. I got in at 1.8. I got in late. I wish I got in earlier, but either way, I got into when I did. I'm up about 2x, 2.5x right now. Currently at $4.15. Sui is up because of this announcement here. Phantom to integrate Sui blockchain, so therefore that's big for the meme community. Right now, memes are still the drivers of retail. So with Phantom being the main wallet for holding meme tokens on the Solana chain at least, and I think the chains in general. Now entering the Sui blockchain, we should start seeing Sui memes going more parabolic as well. I don't think it will flip Solana per se, but I think it will be doing very, very well. In regards to L1 projects as well, for me, I am also holding C. I'm not shitting project for you to buy the bags. I don't care if you buy the bags. The projects that I hold, I think I do well in this cycle. I also think AI is going to be very, very big. But these ones that I'm holding, C for one, I think I'm very bullish on. Got a new milestone unlock. They have hit an all-time high in daily active users. It's going to go higher from here. I like C. I think it's arguably a better L1 than Sui, and it's a much smaller market cap. Ripple, XRP. People that like XRP, understandable. It had a very good rally recently, but this tweet here from Ripple is basically clearing up the fact that the NYDFS is poised to approve the company's RUSD stablecoin. Now, it did not happen yesterday like people speculated it would happen, but either way, it seems to be on the horizon very, very shortly, and that there will lead to a price pump with XRP. I believe it will do. Very, very volatile one at that. Separately, two sources close to the proceedings say today was anticipated launch day, but some last minute developments led to a delay. So it could be, I've seen a interview with Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, saying it won't be months, it'll be weeks. So I imagine the RUSD will come up before the end of the year. At the very least, will be very, very bullish. You got a video here from Republican Mike Flood, who's basically just talking about Trump, about modernizing America's financial system to usher a new age of digital assets. But the part I want to highlight here is that he's talking about Stellar. So whereas XRP is the current leader of real-world assets and ISO 2022 compliant tokens, there's also Stellar. There's also HBAR, there's also Algorand, there's also Quant. That's why I think the institutions and the Dino coins are going to do really, really well, because you're now starting to see the ones that have been lost for a while that institutions want to get involved in because they're going to use the monetary system. They're getting more adoption now because that's what the governments want. Look about Ethereum new all-time high, be at altcoins going parabolic. I can't wait to see that. And a bit more of some meme news, but also, cautious. The Hawk Tour girl, I'm sure everyone knows who she is. Some people just get lucky in the world. You say one thing funny on the internet, and then she just gets big off it, makes millions off it. She became a TikTok star overnight for saying Hawk Tour, and she then launched her meme coin, which, whether she did it or not, I haven't looked too much into it myself, but either way, it got rugged $50 million from investors overnight. It's expected. I'm not surprised at all. I'm really not. So ultimately, once more, it's just a case of whether you're doing, no matter what project, even Casper, no matter what project you look into, do your own research, be very, very careful. Don't be emotional, be logical. Understand the risks that come with it, and only invest what excess capital you have to exist. Don't invest your life saving into crypto. You shouldn't be doing that. I'm not a financial advisor, but that is common knowledge. You shouldn't be investing anything you're willing to lose. Only invest if you're willing to lose. Don't invest stuff you can't lose. And with Casper, Casper right now, as much as it's been very stagnant for a year, I still have strong conviction here because I think it's something that, again, if it goes to zero, when I have in Casper, I can lose, but I'd be upset about it because Casper's my biggest bag. But in the same time, for what Casper is, a fair enough proof of work, with what's to come for Casper, again, not too long in the future, I don't see Casper as a project that will fail. Either it will have a very bullish bull cycle reaching these sort of price targets would be fantastic, which I think is a bit bullish, but again, it could happen. Or we'll see the cycle come back earlier due to the historical data, which therefore means Casper, for me, as proven in history, will still pump or stem the bleeding, but it won't go as high as we want to see it go. But I think Casper once more won't. I think Casper, again, for me, should still hopefully reach at least $2. That's my belief, but again, time will tell. Volume's looking very, very good for Casper, and if it stays that way, we'll see a tier 1 listing coming very, very soon. So I went on a very big tangent. I haven't answered the question for a very long time, so I'll get into them right now. Wesley says, currently I'm holding 50k Casper as a long-term investment. When you compare it to ETH and Solana, it seems unlikely the Casper will stay at the current price in the future. Also trade other coins for quick gains. Yeah, that's basically the same thing I'm saying as well. Casper right now has been very stagnant for a long time, but I think based on the development what's coming to Casper, it will take off soon again. Most retail don't really care about stuff like that, which is a bit of a issue, because we care about it. Of course we do, because we want to see Casper do well, and we know the significance of these developments, but when these big developments come through, smart contract and 10 BPS, retail won't care about that, but the developers and the institutions will care about that, and they'll bring more volume to Casper. And the volume to Casper, the use case of Casper increasing will increase the price, then the retail will care. That's why retail don't care about 10 BPS or smart contracts, but developers and institutions do. And with them dropping on the Casper platform, the blockchain, the block DAG, that'll bring more use case to Casper, sending its price higher, the higher demand, and that will bring retail in. And you'll have tier 1s coming in as well, all very, very big stuff. For you, buy 139 Casper, you're looking very big, my man. Big up to you. 2 or 3 years, who knows? I think we'll see a big site takeoff for Casper, hopefully, in the near future. Again, I'm holding it long term, 10 years at least. And for that reason, I'm not bearish on Casper at all. I think it's going much higher in that sort of lifespan, 2 or 3 more cycles at least. But I think it'll do well in the cycle either way. And again, when the bear cycle comes up, I think what Casper's going to do a lot of big developments at the end of the cycle, seemingly. So that means when the correction happens, if there is one, I think Casper's correction won't be as heavy, potentially, and there'll be a lot more building in that bear market, and Casper's going to then probably just take a hell of a lot of volume from the other chains when they realise how good Casper is. I've seen a message from Paul Clinton. I'm not gonna read it out, because again, it's talking about he shall not be named, and I don't particularly want to address the matter right now, or just him right now. Everyone knows what I'm talking about either way, but yeah, I agree with you. It's lack of maturity, if you will. This person pissed me off, so I told them to invest into Casper. Welcome back, Zar, the biggest troll in my community. Good to see you're doing well, my man. Hope you're doing very well today. If you look at Ethereum 7 years ago, if that will happen to Casper, then you'll be rich. I mean, yeah. It's hard to compare Casper to other projects, though, because Casper is unique in its entirety. Also, the other projects, some of them did have VC backing, stuff like that. They weren't fair launched, which Casper was. So again, it's hard to really compare the two. But the sentiment behind it is, yes, what Casper is and what a project is and what could happen, Casper could go much higher. And I think it will do in due time, with the developments coming out and stuff coming in. People all in Casper are missing the bull run wake up. I mean, right now it's not called the bull run, yes, I agree. And that's also why I have diversified. I've got 70% allocation in Casper, it's my biggest holding. I'm very bullish on it, but I do hold C, I hold Sui, I hold Tau, I hold Desync, I hold other memes, I hold Vulcan Forge. All my other assets have gone up in value. So I've made money through that, so I'm not upset. But I know my biggest gain, at least I believe my biggest price gain will be with Casper in this cycle. It'll be late, but again, we've seen how quickly projects can jump from 3 billion to 11 billion market cap, so almost a 3x in the span of 3 months. Why can't Casper do the same thing? Why not? If smart contracts are ready in Q1, you will panic to sell. It won't be ready in Q1. I mean, if it happens, great, but I'm very skeptical it will do. I think it'll happen summer. So again, that's all the confirmation seems to say it'll happen in summer. Right here. That's coming from Nacho, who's also had a post that they're going to be working very closely alongside with the Rust and the smart contract team. It's from what I saw, and I don't have the post on hand, but I can show that again on my free Discord server if you want to check it out. Again, link in chat, description, and also homepage of my YouTube channel. But yeah, even the creator of smart contracts did state it will take quite some time. It won't be Q1. The Q1 2025 came from a Medium post from someone who is just FOMO farming, which is fine. Get your bag up. Nothing against it. I also clickbait myself at times as well. I try to still maintain the facts, but again, the 2,000% price boom following Casper Smart Contract 10 PPS, as much as I believe that it's a clickbait title, I admit that. It is. Get your money up, that's fine, but just try not to spread misinformation is what I try. I don't spread any misinformation. Everything I showed is factual, and I show my belief in it, and you can make your own decisions at the end of the day. Greg, Sub Crypto, currently stuck on a call but looking forward to the stream on replay. Lol, well, great to hear, my man. Hope you're doing very well today, and thank you all for tuning in. And enjoy the streams again. Leave a like, share your friends, and subscribe for more. We'll be doing this daily for a very, very long time. Someone cut for Jasmine. Wow, Zar. But look at you. I know that I heard from a mate of mine that got into Jasmine. A mate of mine got into Jasmine and actually sold, I think, just before it took off, which peak for him, I guess. I haven't hold Jasmine. I don't really care to it. Jasmine's doing very well right now, up 30% on the daily, which is insane. Now at 5 cents. It had a little bit of a leg up recently. If you look at the last 7 days, up 120%. Last month, 200%. So yeah, Jasmine's doing very, very well recently. So, there's a whole Jasmine, big up to you guys. I personally choose to not trust Jasmine. There was market support for Jasmine coin here. That's probably why the price also started rising as a result. I look at that chart and that just doesn't fill me with confidence, personally. Talk me off the ledge. It's a psychopath. He keeps trying to get us to invest in a dump. Yeah. Again, those who are maybe new to the stream, you should know that CryptoZar is a notorious troll. He does hold Casper. He does like Casper, but he just likes to throw a little digs here and there. Casper's going to dump, so everyone please just keep buying so I can dump on your heads. And that is, sarcasm for those who didn't aware. That was sarcasm. Don't actually come at me for that. Why is everyone saying Casper is a dead project and a bad project? I mean, it's because it's done nothing for a year. A lot of people only care about price action. That's just the nature of investors. They only care about making money. They only care about price action. And as a result, and to an extent they're right, because, developments are very, very important, but if developments don't cause price action, no one cares. Now, I think this sort of stuff leads to a better price appreciation in the future, but because Casper's done nothing for a year, people are saying it's a bad project. End of the day, during this whole year period, we've seen probably at least 200,000 more just added to Casper, 200,000 at least. Hash rate, in the span of a year, has increased from 92 PHS to 1,330 PHS. So it's not a dead project. It's increased more and more in adoption by a mile, but it's just not increasing price yet. But it just means that when it does happen, it will be an explosive price rise. Because it goes there now, but why? But also Casper, why? Because Bitcoin still dominates the market. Casper's kind of just staying around this region right now, and it's mainly getting due to the manipulation from the other exchanges like MEXC and seemingly KuCoin and other ones as well. But everything has its own little cycle right now. Bitcoin again is surpassed 100K. It's now kind of stagnant right now. If you look at Bitcoin dominance right now, that also could be an indicator to see why the market's doing what it is. So yeah, Bitcoin is still seemingly to an extent an altcoin season, although again, Ethereum all-time high is a true signal of altcoin season, but either way, it's still to an extent altcoin season, but Bitcoin is now making a rally back up, so hopefully, or not hopefully, but potentially that's the reason why we are seeing, potentially why you're seeing the alt start to come down when Bitcoin's coming down again. Bitcoin's now dominating the market again. Because I'm making money on everything but Casper. I mean, yeah, I understand the bearish and negative sense behind Casper, and I don't disagree with it. It's frustrating. I again choose to look long term, not short term. I choose to be logical, not emotional. Logical, of course. The mindset of that is, yes, Casper's not doing anything, so why are you in it? But at the same time, I'm like, well, I look into what the project's about. That's why I'm in it, and I know that when the pump comes, it will be big. I know Zara's investing in Casper, I know, so don't take what he says too seriously. He is half joking. But yeah, anyway, the devs while they're working, taking their time. Good evening, Casper Frog. Hope you're well. Good man. Hope you're doing very well today as well. Ollie says Casper about to take off after the Fed report tomorrow, like it always does. Huge news event included. Cobra and Casper memes are still very undervalued. Join the tribe before the pump. Again, I think Cobra is one that could do quite well. If it gets the adoption, again, it's seemingly correcting right now. The holders are starting to go up a little bit, which is good to see. It was at 1K and now it's at 1.1. We see more listings coming for Cobra. I think it can do very, very well. But of course, we see that first. It's only got XT and Bitconomy really right now. We just see a lot more for Cobra for it to do very, very well. But again, I'm not saying it can't do. I think a lot of these memes will end up increasing in value with Casper eventually rallying. But it really, really does depend on when the rally happens, if they can survive that long, and if they have enough adoption by the memes when the actual listing happens. But I mean, I know Casper does very, very well at the FOMC meeting. Like, again, if you look at the FOMC meeting, we had the FOMC meeting here. When he saw the rate cut 25%, that's when Casper went up here. And we also saw the FOMC meeting here, which, this is when people were saying it's going to be a 25 basis point rate cut. The first one, it came down, started going up. Then we saw it happen here. This all happened, then Middle East and stuff like that. But I mean, I know the job data comes out tomorrow. That could be a big thing for Casper. depending if it's good news or not. If it's not good news, then of course it won't do anything. But if it's not good news, well, that also will affect the FOMC meeting. Ultimately, right now, the belief is they'll see a 25 basis point cut. If the job data stuff come out and it's not good news, that may lead to no rate cuts. That could then cause Bitcoin to start coming down in price. That's why I think Bitcoin is currently, pushed above 100K, very good, but now it's hovering, waiting for the FOMC, the Fed job data to come out. If it comes out and it's bad, you'll see Bitcoin probably come down. But again, time will tell. The only projects really running right now are bad projects with devs that gave up on the projects. It shows the extreme ignorance of retail that are flooding the back in. I mean, yeah, again, retail ultimately all they care about is just money. They don't understand the risk that comes with crypto in general. They don't understand the risk that can come with the VCs and developers just rugging them completely. Again, you have to have a bit of faith. A lot of projects in this space are built that way, so that can happen. A repeat of Luna or a repeat of FTX. Casper can't, or chances are extremely minimal because it's decentralized and fair launch. But in due time, right now the market is still very much hype cycle. It's just price pumps. In due time, then we'll start seeing the retail start to actually, once people actually start building and blockchain becomes an integral part of the financial system, people actually start caring. That's when utility will really take over. That's why Dino coins like XRP are doing well, because they are building utility. They have utility already built. Casper's building it, but it's a little late. But I still think it'll be in time for the cycle. Smart contract will be huge, no doubt about it. The PR indicator is to guess the top of the bull run is BS. I mean, again, there are multiple. The PR indicator is one metric of multiple I can look to. This is one metric here, which seems to quite conveniently call the top repeatedly, more or less around that time. So it's done decent as a metric. But then you got this one here, the CBBI. But CBBI is arguably a lot more accurate because it takes into account 9 real-time analytical metrics, from the pi to the RUPL to the NUPL to R hodl, all these other stuff here, which can determine where the top for the cycle is. This is the one that is mainly much more important. But again, with institutions being here, it's really tough to tell where the top's going to be. I was watching XRP market go up easily like that within a week, and my prediction is Casper will become 300 billion. I'll be honest, chances are very small. Very small. Because remember, as much as XRP did that very quickly, and Casper, with all intents and purposes, should be better than XRP, remember, XRP and Ripple have been about longer than Bitcoin. It has government and Wall Street and institutional backing. It's got ETF launching. It's already a big token itself. It's got much more adoption in regards to retail as well. It's got all the big listings. Casper does not have these. That's why I said, when I was comparing Casper and XRP having a 4-year stagnant phase to having a massive price pump, I was saying Casper could have a similar thing for 1 year of stagnant price, but they're not the same because XRP has a lot more. I mean, at the same time, Casper could have a very big adoption, like a big surge, because again, it's a much smaller market. It's a 300 billion, it's a 3 billion market cap, not a 100 billion market cap like it was. So I think Casper will see a big surge in probably like a 3-4 billion to maybe, again, like Cardano, maybe 12 billion, maybe 15 billion, who knows, maybe something quite quick like that. But I don't think it'll do similar sort of numbers to the likes of XRP, going 300 billion top of the cycle, because again, it happens great, but I'll be surprised because again, there's a lot to take into consideration, and XRP has a lot more adoption and Wall Street backing, which we don't have. And I didn't get smart contracts, but hype was too strong. Hope this applies. I mean, yeah, again, that's why people are comparing the potential for Casper to follow in the steps of ADA Cardano, because again, it has no smart contracts at this phase, but Casper's going to have them, leading up to it. So there'll be FOMO again coming to Casper, hopefully. If it has Tier 1 listed again, by that point, hopefully have Binance, that'll be a big thing. I'm shorting an XRP. I mean, good luck with that. I would personally not short or long XRP at all right now, because again, the price could really go anywhere, especially if we do get the RUSD stablecoin coming out. For me, that would be a big catalyst for XRP to start rising in price. So I mean, if you want to do that, by all means, go for it. Not financial advice, but I'd stay clear from leveraging XRP right now. It's probably the biggest risk right now, and it's probably bigger risk than the meme coins right now, because it's complete. It's not price discovery per se, because you can go back like years. I mean, this is on Binance. You have to go to actually check XRP's actual project. You go back years and you can see that what's this? What's doing that? Okay, well, ultimately, to an extent, it is kind of in price. It's in new price territory, so it's very hard to determine where XRP is going to go from here. So that's why, again, I wouldn't personally leverage it, but I don't leverage trade anyways. Only meme trading, which is, you know, a whole different ball game. Well, it's not really, but it also is. It's a gamble, right? The leverage trading, you can use a bit more tier regarding it. You can't use tier as much in meme coins. Casper max 50 cents. If you believe that, then fine. I think it's going to be a much higher. Can perform in triangle for an hour. I mean, Casper, again, the TA, it could look good, but time will tell depending on the announcement coming in the very near future. Casper will succeed. I agree, very much so. People shouldn't share how much Casper they hold. I mean, yeah, I think people should probably keep their Casper. I mean, I've told people about once, and the only time I will say it, of where my category of Casper is, where I hold it, what you know, position I'm in. But people don't know how much Casper I hold. I think personally, again, if people like talking about their money, how much they hold, that's fine. I keep my stuff close to my chest because I think money is quite a private matter. But again, that's people's decision. Developments coming. How likely do you think we are going to go power wallet before the next year versus size until July? It's a good question. I really, really don't know, because Casper's been stagnant for a whole year. But it really comes down to for me, the atomic slots, as big as they are, I don't think that the atomic slots are going to really do anything massive for Casper until the price pumping. I don't think. I could be wrong. For me, it will heavily depend on the Fed drop data FOMC meeting, and if Casper can break above 18, 17 cent sell walls. If it can break above that, then I think we'll see it go higher. If we can't, Casper will stay here till January. But it depends on that. Of course, then going into 2025, you'll see more 10 BPS announcements. I'm sure you'll see smart contract developments. I'm sure you'll see potentially Binance gearing up more. So if Binance announces Casper listing, gosh, forget these sell walls. They're getting obliterated. But there are too many catalysts to take into account to really determine where the price of Casper is going to go from this point onwards. I want to say Casper won't go below here at this point. Like, if we do see a correction of behavior of Casper, but I think we are not going to see any more severe correction of Casper anytime soon. Unless if it stays consolidating for too long, and it can't pick above this, then we'll see it come down, because people get frustrated with it. But, you know, we'll have to see if we can break above that with some developments and stuff going on. Yeah, that's also true. Take into account, much as Cardano's boom happened with some smart contracts, also the market with crypto is a lot smaller, so therefore, you know, the boom for Casper could be even bigger, but at the same time, it could also be you know, ADA was also a newish token, so it was one of the more smaller market, but also a main focus. Casper is smaller market cap in a much bigger market, but it's not a main focus right now. So again, it's tough to really say. So it will be harder to repeat ADA's path. Yeah, basically what I was saying. Yo, could travel, just pack your hash bag. I agree. Hash rate ignores all the FUD. Eventually, the price will catch up to the hash rate. I agree. I completely agree. How much do you think it may be worth by March? I want to say $1. Because I think by that point you'll see Binance, you'll see 10 BPS. So I want to say $1, but it will depend on where Bitcoin's soaring. At that point, it will depend on, you know, if the developments come out in the time you wanted to come out. There's too many factors to take into account. So I want to say $1, but time will tell. Hopefully it happens sooner. Hopefully go up higher. Obviously, yeah, Mr. Mars says 35 cents. Again, that's also possible. 35 cents is also possible. Again, that's just a thesis in my mind. Again, it really does depend. I can't say for sure. You know, trying to judge where the price is going to go is very, very hard in general. And for me, I'm just like give a prediction myself. I will reiterate, I don't care, in the sense that I'm holding capital for such a long term, like again, 10 plus years, that what happens in this cycle, I'll take profits, of course, but I don't care whether the peak for capital is this cycle, because I'm holding it when it does end up reaching 3-4 figure sums. So I'll be millionaire by then. Though it pisses me off how much money you could do elsewhere in stocks, maybe 2x if you're lucky. Working is like a mouthful, putting your feels away, stop looking at try it out. I mean, yeah, I don't look at Casper. I look at Casper all the time because it's my job. I do this. But I don't, for me, Casper, I could, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I could either invest in Casper and just leave it and just sit back and do nothing and then just keep scrolling through Twitter and find the next big announcement. Like, okay, cool, that's quite cool. I might put more in now because I have more conviction in it. But I don't care about Casper repeatedly personally. Like, again, I'm holding it long term and I know it'll be very, very big. It is the future. With Casper, the job is already done. I think, like, maybe once I know I'm trading swapping, maybe the project ain't for you. We could do anything between 100. I mean, that'll put Casper between $4 to $6. And while I think it's possible, again, I'm a bit. Again, I have to wait and see what the level of institutional adoption comes through. Hello Jay and chat, quick, I need my Kappa FOMO ASAP. What's up? Crypto goes, hope you're doing very good, my man. Hope you had a very good day, and the FOMO is most definitely here. One day Casper profits will allow you to pay someone to rinse your dishes. I mean, yeah, I look forward to that day, definitely. Imagine it being some toast on a rinse dish. Glorious. Mr. Miles with the comedian. He's back. Love it. Love it. Something to stake Casper. I personally have no clue because I don't stake Casper. If you want to find out, again, I feel free to join my free Discord server. In the chat description, also my homepage, and I'm sure someone there. I know I have people in my server who do leverage, and I imagine also stake Casper. You can probably find out there if they do, but yeah, I don't know myself personally. Only ask because I have a sizable portion in Turbo and just waiting for on the Coinbase potential Robinhood listing or to fall into Casper. It's tough to really determine. I really don't have an answer for you. Again, Turbo will probably have his listings coming through because right now memes are very, very popular. VTOL is back, so the exchange is listing all these memes right now. I think Casper will happen in due time. When it happens, you'll see Casper pump, but I think you might have some time. Just try and remain vigilant. You know, as bingo bango, as you say, time of the market is better than trying to time the markets. So try your best to devise your right trading strategy to, you know, take account for what could happen. Don't forget not rinsing the soap off the dishes after putting. Yeah, for those who don't understand, in my community, there seems to be a belief from the Americans that people in the UK don't rinse their soap off the dishes, and I do. At least I do. I don't know. I'm pretty sure my whole family do. I mean, everyone I know does. I don't know where this crazy incentive came from, but apparently now I eat soapy beans on toast. So yeah, we have so much fun in there, don't we? Honestly. I know. Talk about someone else, but I wanted just to, you know, add on to that. I know it wasn't talking to me per se. I was just trying to add on to that effectively. Capital money will solve that. There you go. Cool. Thanks. He's catching up. Everyone's found the questions. No, stop it, because I have more to do today. Hi. Do you know if Kiro is going to have work to like Mexi Connects a bit more? I have no clue, Mary. I'm sure you can ask CG. He has a lot better idea because he's constantly talking to the developer. He's in close connection with him. If he gets his way, I'm sure they will. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what's happening with Kiro. I've purposely steered far away from this token due to the drama around it, and I don't want to be a part of the drama, so I'm like, I'll just ignore it. It's got change. It's got Capabot. I think it got another listing recently as well. I don't remember which one it was. I'll give it a quick look for the sake of it. Again, not that I particularly care or want to know. Although saying that I'm the educator, I guess, so I should probably do my due diligence and look into it anyways. Yeah, so it's on change now. It got listed on Bitconomy just recently, 6 hours ago. That seems to be it so far. I'm sure I'll get more listings very, very soon. Again, if you want to find out more, I'm not the person to ask. RCG, he knows more. He's very all in on Kiro at the expense of other projects, to say the least. What's going on with Kimmy Rugg? That was CG. Long and short of it, that was CG. I have again a section in that. In fact, you can see Bert talk about it, which I think is quite hilarious. Bert's getting very frustrated with that. He put this post. Where is it? There was a post, obviously atting himself, atting CG. How long ago was it? It wasn't this far back. Must have missed it. It wasn't this far back. It was recently, no? Maybe they deleted it. It's possible they deleted it. I did screenshot it in my server. So you go check out my server once more. Yeah, I don't see it, so maybe it's been deleted. I have no clue. But I did put it in my server, so you can go check it out there in the description, chat, and also on my homepage. Ultimately, CG was very bullish on Kimmy, and just seemingly flipped the switch and became very anti-Kimmy, sold pretty much all its bag and put it into Kiro instead, hence why it basically bugged. I won't say that was his intention per se, but if he was the biggest holder by a country mile and his community was in it, and he said get out of it, you know, it's going to rug the project. I think the similar thing happened to, there was another one, it happened to, I can't remember, someone told me it happened to, there was two it happened to. One was Kimmy, and there was another one as well it happened to, I think it was Cappy, maybe, I don't know. There was two it happened to, and apparently one of them got revived a little bit. The other one just struggled. I expect you to visit Freedom Land when you cash out. Crypto will treat you right. We got some America, the eagle. I can hear it already. I will be visiting America at some point in my lifetime, no doubt about it. The difference between Americans and Brits, to Americans 100 years is a long way, to Brits 100 miles is a long way. I mean, yeah, I know America's massive. Like, you literally have to fly to a different state. It's so big. With in the Britain, you can, like, when I went across country, last weekend to see family. That was a 4 or 5 hour drive. I'm pretty sure for some of you in America, 4 or 5 hour drive, you still be in the same state. I know it's massive. But hey, end of the day, we come together because we love Casper. So despite our differences, despite our beans on toast and our freedom, we love Casper. So that's the same thing as well. Cuba's doing really well. The insider story is that the dev did not work on listings. It's doing well because of CG. Make no mistake, the dev seems to be quite intuitive, at least from my little understanding of it, but it's doing well because CG is shitting it. And he's all in on it, and he's shitting the hell out of it. That's why it's doing well. Not sure if you can hear that, but it's hailing outside my window right now. That's fantastic. I think the price will pump as soon as Binance listing comes true. Definitely. It was Rusty. Okay, it was Rusty. That's the other one. Yeah, Rusty. Rusty seems to come back. Yeah, Binance. I think Binance will definitely pump capital, no doubt about it when it happens. Have you ever had peanut butter and jelly? No. I think I tried it once and I just wasn't a fan. Wow, that rain is crazy, or hail is crazy. Cool. Get involved. Love that. Glad I'm indoors. But that being said, I haven't had P&J. No, PB&J. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, Casper's doing very, very well. I see big stuff from Casper in the future. I'll be uploading a video about smart contracts and TBS, a more streamlined version, in the next 2 hours or so. So go and make sure you go and check it out. I have to scream into my mic now because it's so loud. Oh my gosh. Crypto was talking about the newest video today for the first time about Casper. I mean, yeah, we're getting more adoption of Casper, more mainstream adoption, stuff that'd be very, very big to see. Give me a PO box like I said, you people. I was just baking myself, man. I'm not gonna have some old like 10, I don't know, like some 3-day-old PB&J just put in a box. Nah, I'll build it myself, Mr. Val. Thank you though, but I'll do it myself. I'll send a picture into the chat one day when I do it, into the Discord server. Again, go check it out in the description. But that being said, I've got more work to do, other stuff to do. So thank you all once more for joining. It's been a very big show. I'm very happy about it. We've got a lot more coming. So I'm very much looking forward to see what's happening to Casper very, very soon. I'm sure we'll see a big pump soon. I'm sure it's working well. Again, I'm not what all the drama right now. I've kind of detached myself from CG. He's a big content creator in the space, but I just don't want to be involved right now. Top 3: Nacho, Kango, and probably Casper Ghost. But I guess it would tend to be Casper right now. For me, I like Casper Ghost. I think it's got a lot of stuff coming for it. So me, it's Casper Ghost. But I think right now it's evidently Casper. But anyways, let me say, do you Nutella? Yes, on occasion, but I find it a bit rich sometimes. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Have a good evening, good day, good night. Check out the Discord server, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be same time. No, soon, man, soon. I'll see you all later.